Hey, what's up everybody? This is Awais back with the second part of our Autocad project based tutorial series. So in the last video we created this 3D model. I had a 2D plan as well, but I just got rid of them. And there are still layers in our layer panel. So to get rid of that, I just want to show you a quick command. Okay, so type purge, and then after you type purge, and then make sure you select all the items and then click on purge all. Okay, so basically I did a video about this project with the 2D plan, and we created a 3D model as well. So this video is going to be about creating a material, setting up the cameras, setting up lighting in AutoCAD, and render our final preview. And I'll probably show you a bit of animation in AutoCAD as well. So that's being said, let's get started, guys. Let's start with setting up the camera first, and then we will apply some materials. Okay, so this is our boundary on the front. You guys probably didn't see it, and that's our gate. Okay, so now let's go to Visualize tab, and let's set up the camera first. To set up the camera, I'm going to click on this cube and go to my top view. Now let's select that camera. Okay, now I'm just gonna maybe click here, and then I'm going to click somewhere here. Okay, now we can see the camera. To accept the camera, press enter. Now we got the camera view here as well. So if I click on that, this is my camera, right? So if you can use your full navigation wheel, and here you can basically pan, zoom in, walk up and down. Okay, so if I click here, it's gonna take you to up. Okay, and then you can orbit. All right, and then you can walk a little bit if you want to walk, or you can just walk out. Now we're gonna up and down, so I'm going to take all right, cool. So that's going to be our view, guys. Pretty much we set up the camera. So the reason why I set it up, because if I go back to my top view and I want to go back to my camera view, I can simply click here. Okay, so instead of clicking everywhere, so you know it's easier. Now just change that here. Okay, let's go to surface first, and then let's create a planar. So to create a planar, I'll probably select it from here and maybe just drop it about, let's say here. Okay, let's select the camera. Okay, now we can move the camera as well. We can see the view as well. So I just want to move the camera somewhere around here. All right, and then we can extend the shell depth of field. Well, I don't know what it's called, but you can just increase or decrease this thing. Okay, so now we set up the camera. Now let's go to home tab, and we need to start applying materials. Now we set up the camera. If you want to go back to camera, go to Visualize tab, select the camera, or you can simply click here to go to the camera. Okay, so this is our view now, guys. Now to create a materials, if you look at the Visualize tab, you can see the material panel here. You got the camera panel, and then you got the render panel. Okay, so these are the three main things. Then we will talk about sunlight, skylight, lightings, and full shadow. All right, so right now I'm gonna go and change my viewport to 3D wireframe, because it doesn't eat your processor a lot. So let's just move this to x-axis and just try pushing it here. Okay, so okay, that's better. Maybe move this a little bit left side, and then move this down here. Okay, let's go to the camera view. All right, so now let's change that to 3D wireframe first. Let's click on a material browser. That's how you can apply materials. First, you need to create your materials. Okay, so you know how to set up the camera. Click on the camera, and then just click and then select your angle for the camera and select it, and after that you can select the camera and use your vertices and move it up, down, left, right, wherever you want to take the camera. Okay, so now let's start creating our material. So click on material browser, and here in this panel you can create your own materials, and you've got pre-made materials for you. If you click on this arrow button, you can see that you got concrete, default, fabric, finish, and so on. So for this tutorial, I will be choosing some of the materials from here, and I will show you how to create one material as well, which is a gate material and a door material. So let's choose some materials. For the wall, I'm going to click on wall paint, and for the wall paint, let's select one of the wall paint from here. Let's select white color. So to apply that to the wall, you need to drag that and drop it here. Okay, now you can select that material. Okay, now we got the wall color done. Now let's go to the glass. We need a glass for our windows. So for that, let's select this dark blue color. I hope it'll be alright. So, and then we need another materials, metallic paint. So we can select let's just select this one. Nah, I want a different color. So for that, I'm going to select a bluish color. Okay, that we need one of them. Let's select some stone and for that I will select this stone. All right, and then we need some tiles for our roof. So for that we can select maybe let's go to the miscellaneous option here. So we got a few tiles here, but they won't look better. So we can basically select a paint again. So let's select the white paint. Okay, for that. Now we got that, and we need a grass material. So let's search for that. So grass, and then we will select this, drop it there. So we got the grass material. I got the metal. Let's apply some material. So there are a few ways that you can apply the material. I'll show you a few of them. So to apply the material, what you can do, just gonna change this to realistic so we can look at the material now. So let's apply the material to the glass. For the wall, we had this white wall material, so I'm gonna click and drag and just drop it to the wall there. Okay, and then click, drag, drop it there. Okay, so we got that material there. Now it's too white actually. Well, we'll fix that later. Okay, so now let's apply some stone. So for that, I'm gonna select here, drop it to this blue area, block it here, drop it here, and then we can just select the river rock again, drop it here, and then I'm gonna take this and drop that there too. Okay, so that's cool. Now for the glass, there's so many glasses here, so I don't want to just drag and drop and drag and drop for every single glass. So we can do that by clicking here and then select attach by layer. That's where we need to make layers for the 3D, because if it's a very big project and it's very hard to apply materials. Now select that glass. Let's find the glass here. Okay, so let's select the glass and just drop it here. Click OK. Now you got the glass done. Now we need a metal for this. So for that, let's select that by layer as well. So attach by layer. And we had this bluish metal. So for blue metal, we had the floor front design. So I'm gonna drop it here. That's a metal done. And then I want this to maybe, okay, pretty much, and then we need a grass layer as well. So just drop that there. For ground, so where is the ground? Ground. We don't have that. So for that, what I can do, I could go back to my material browser, select that, and drop it there to the grass. Okay, so let's go and edit the grass material first. So I'm gonna click on it, and in the next browser, I can select that some of the materials here now. So you got the color option, transparency, you can apply reflection to it, and you can apply transparency to it. So there's so many options here, guys, so many options. So if I click on this noise icon, okay, and here I can change the size of that. I'll show you the change of size, how to apply material mapping in a second, so don't worry about that. Now we need this bluish material. I don't like this material, so I just want to get rid of it, delete that. Let's find another material here. So for that, it's metallic paint. We try this. Nah, we actually need that blue material. Flake satin, that's fine. So now let's go to actually attach by layer. I actually pressed cancel before. That's why we don't have any layer for front design. Okay, done. So that's done. Now we need the same metal. We can use that. If I go back to material browser, select that here, try dropping it here. Whoops. Try dropping it here. Okay, and we need a window. So let's go back to attach by layer. And we can use the same material, okay, and drop that 3D window frames for the frames as well. So click OK, done. Now that's done, and maybe we can apply some materials for these floors. So for the floor, let's try finding roofing. So let me try this one. That should look alright. So I'm just gonna take that, drop that there, take that, drop that there, take that, drop it here. Okay, and that's pretty much it, guys. And then we can apply the same thing here on the steps as well. So that looks a bit alright. Okay, so that's done. Now let's go and change this to realistic first. And then let's apply some material to this wall. So for that, let's try the same material actually. Alright, done. Now I'm gonna save the file actually. And now the most important thing, I'm gonna show you how to create a gate material. Okay, so let's go to material browser, go to your global material, right click on it, click on duplicate. Now I'm gonna name it gate. Okay, double click on the gate material. And in the gate material, you need to select the image. So I'm gonna click on the image, and I've got one gate image. I just downloaded it from Google. So I'm gonna select this gate. Okay, so this is the gate here. Now I'm just gonna expand this box here. So we can change the sample size later on. So sample size, basically our gate was like 10 feet. Okay, by 6 feet. Alright, so let's try that out. Let's close that. And now I'm going to close this as well. And let's apply that gate there. Okay, so as you can see that we got the gate there, but it doesn't really fit exactly where we want it. So for that, I'm going to double click on the gate material, and then let's go down here to cutouts. Okay, so for the cutouts, you need a black and white picture. So this is the cutout I have. Okay, now I'm gonna close that, and now boom, that's what we have here. That's the gate there, right? So I'm gonna close. Now let's select the material mapping. So I'm gonna select on the box here, and I'm gonna select this material. All right, and then let's go back to the camera one view, change that to realistic actually, so we could look at that. Let's select the material mapping again, select the box, select the material, press enter. Now I'm gonna grab this vertex. I'm just gonna try dragging it here. I'm just gonna turn off this snapping option actually, so we can actually, oops, undo. Okay, so let's just move this down here, and let's just increase the size from the left. Okay, you have to be patient to do this. You could change the size of that, but if you didn't do it properly, then that's the pain in the ass. So okay, now a little bit more. Done. And let's try increasing the size a little bit like this. Okay, and just try pushing it down. We have done a mistake again, so I have to push it. Why it's going all the way up? Okay, looks okay to me. All right, looks not bad. I'm just going to get rid of that. Okay, so not bad. So should render okay. Just going to select the object, maybe go to home tab and then try selecting this object, and then maybe just push it a little bit up like this. Okay, oops, like here. Okay, cool, done. So our gate is done now. This is how you can apply the material with the cutouts, but you need two kinds of images. I want to show you those images. So if I just go here, so I have one image, PNG basically. So I'm just gonna open that to photos, and this is the image we have. This is a white background there. In the same image I have this same gate but with the color. Okay, so you need two kind of images. Let's go and apply this door material. So for the door, I'm going to go to material browser again, and let's duplicate our global and then type door. You can do the same thing there. So for the door, double click and then select the image option. Okay, let's select this door. Now with the door, if we remember the size, so scale, leave that there. Okay, so just apply that for now. I'm just gonna take this material. We can change the mapping later on. So whoa, that's too small, but we can fix that. Okay, so let's double click on the door layer. Now here I'm going to apply some glossiness to the image actually. Okay, and then change that to a bit of non-metallic. That's fine. Okay, so that's done. Now let's go back outside. I'm gonna select the material mapping, select the box. Okay, select that, enter, and now let's just try zooming that here. So that's going to take a bit longer, but you can fix that. So all right, a bit more. All right, so a bit more. So the reason why I'm having a problem here is just because my picture was too small and I could not actually get it. So that's why. So once you download a picture for your gate or door or whatever you call it, okay, so you need to make sure that you've got the right size of the door, otherwise it's gonna give you an error. So let's just try pushing it more up. Okay, so that's done. I'm just gonna push it a little bit further so I could see This is fine. A little bit more. That should be fine now. Okay, done. So door's done, right? Then let's fix the bloody top door now. Okay, so select this now and select the box mapping, and then instead of that I'm going to use the scaling tool now. So it's going to take a long time. Okay, that was a bit better. So let's just select that, click on mapping again, take a little bit up. All right, cool. Alright guys, so our door's done, gate is done, and the rest of the designing we can do in Photoshop. Alright, so if you want to render this file, you can add trees and stuff with those mappings. It's all up to you guys. It's gonna take you a bit longer here, but I would recommend do that in Photoshop. That's going to be a lot easier. So the main point of view that the way I did this door, you can do like plants, doors, you can even make those designs. Let's say this is the boundary. Right now we have this plain boundary, right? So if you can find an image for a boundary with that mapping on, so you can apply that with that cutout, and then your boundary will look like it has really good design, such as the windows, doors. You don't really have to make the glass, but I just made it because I just wanted to teach you guys. So that's about it. Now with the materials, you guys know how to do it. You can learn by yourself by applying different kind of materials and making it better. So now let's go to the lights. So here right now we got the default light on. If I click here and then sky background, now we should see the background of the sky. Okay, so I can just change this here and illuminance as well. So this is our camera here. Now let's learn how to render. You change that to 3D wireframe. So now I'm showing you this material mapping, which is basically if it's a cylindrical object, select cylindrical, spherical, select spherical. If it's a planar, select planar. A lot easier. So now here I'm going to click on full shadow. For the rendering, click on lights. I'm going to make a point light somewhere. Now it's gonna ask me if I want to turn off the default lighting. So I'm gonna keep the lighting on for the default, and I'm just gonna try putting light somewhere here. Okay, now sometimes light doesn't work, right? So what do you need to do? Basically you need to make sure that you are on the right spot and you are selecting the right area. So you gotta make sure that you turn on the snapping. Okay, so now select that light. I'm going to make a point light somewhere. I'm gonna keep the default lighting on basically. So I'm just gonna try dropping the light. Maybe try dropping it here. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's turn off the lights. It's just keeping us. So now we got one light there, right? It is going to be very dark, so I'm going to change that to low quality. I'm going to change this to 800, and let's try rendering this. So this is the rendering button, guys. So just click on this and you will be able to render. Now it's going to take a long time, so you guys have to wait. I'll probably cut the video, or I can stop the video if it. Wow, that's too dark for other stuff. So for that, I have to get rid of this lighting and just stick to the normal lighting we have, sunlight. Okay, so with the sunlight, I'm going to turn on the sunlight, and then auto adjust exposures and setting. You can do that by clicking here. Let me show you. Okay, here, if you click here and then click on environment, this button, you will get the same dollar bar. So I'm going to click on environment on. So once you click on environment on, okay, so now use iBuild background. So you can select the background as well. So I'm gonna select the custom background. Oh well, just use the iBuild background. Now there are a few options. Image based lighting. So let's say you are in the village. So I'm gonna select the village. So that's going to be a village based lighting now. And I'm going to make it cooler, brighter. This is all up to you guys. Let's try rendering this so far and let's see how it looks. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. So with that shadow stuff, I'm going to turn on all the shadows, basically make sure that your shadows are on. So this village stuff, I don't like it, so I'm going to select the soft light. And now let's select this button to render. Yep, I think it's a lot better because you can take this view to Photoshop and add a lot of things here. So let's just make that a bit brighter. Okay. Whoa, too bright. 7's fine. Okay, cool. So we can make a little bit more brighter actually. 7.4. Okay, warmer, cooler color. Up to you guys. Try it out. You will be fine. Okay, right now we can't see any shadows because the rendering quality is pretty shit. It's a low quality. I'm going to change that to medium, and rendering side is pretty bad as well. So I'm going to render this plan, this 3D model, and once it's done I'll show you guys. And before I do that, basically you can see the final render on thumbnail of this video. Actually it's going to take about 10 hours, so I can't wait to render this whole lot and then just upload the video. So I just want to show you one thing here. These are the lightings here. So if you select any point light, let's say create another light here, okay, and then here down here you got shadow option, attenuation, filter, color, all those options. So I'm going to apply that light and then I'm going to select that line again. Okay, now select that line, sorry, light, not a line. See, as you can see that it's gone all the way back. That's a big issue, guys. So you gotta make sure that when you snapped, let's undo. Okay, now select the light actually and then try snapping it here so we know that the light is there actually. Okay, so if I select the light, and I need to open the properties panel first. So properties, okay, enter. Now we got the properties panel, right? So now if I select the light, I get the light properties. Here I can change the intensity, I can change the filter color. If you want to drop the blue light somewhere, you can change the blue color, the white color to blue color, no issues. So you got the position, targets, all this stuff here. So you can even change those lights as well. You probably get different kind of properties when you select different lights. So I'm just gonna get rid of this now. Let me show you a quick way how to make a bit of animation. So for the animation, I'm going to go to Home tab and let's select this spline. Okay, for the spline, I'm going to click here, and then click here, and let's just drop that there. Okay, done. Now let's select the line, select that as spline. Oops. Now I'm gonna select that vertex actually, and I'm just gonna try it, tracking it upwards. All right, so let's see what's going on here. So we have the line here. I'm gonna take this to a little bit up somewhere here. Okay, now let's go to the visualize tab, and here we got the camera. So I'm going to select that camera now. Okay, and in the camera there's option for walkthrough. Okay, so for the walkthrough option, you can keep that basically a dot here. So you got that option where you, okay, so this is the camera. I'm going to change that to, let's right click here. Okay, show panels and click on animation. Okay, so this is the animation. Now you can select this animation path. It's gonna ask you to select it, and it's going to take me a lot of time because my computer. Now link the camera to the path. Okay, so path 1's fine, and link the target. So the target should be path 1. Okay, let's click OK. Come on, too slow. My laptop is too slow, guys. Too slow. What the hell happened now? Well, oh my god damn it. I'm gonna get rid of this shit first. Let's select the camera, and then here I'm going to bloody make the spline again actually. So for that, let's go to home tab, spline. You need to leave the point, guys. That's the issue. So I'm just gonna leave the point here. Okay, now let's just try moving it upwards. Okay, so okay, done. Alright, so you have created the path. Now select the camera. I think I need to change my computer, guys. Too slow. Now let's go to visualize tab. Click on this animation, okay, and then click here walk. So this is the walking option. You can select that walk, but you can animation motion path. Now in this dialog box, come on, too slow. Okay, so link camera to the path. I'm going to select here, click here, and then I'm going to select the path. Come on, too slow. Okay, I'm gonna select this path. The camera has been linked. Okay, click OK, and then the target. So target, select the point. I'm going to click on somewhere, maybe this window somewhere here, right? Click OK, that's the point. And then we're gonna click on preview once my computer is ready. So now, well, this is the realistic, so I'm gonna change that to shaded actually. And let's play. Whoa, too slow, too fast, too fast, too fast, too fast. Okay, so now if we move the path, the camera will move with that too. So here basically change the time first. So number of frames 30, duration, let's change this to 15 seconds. Okay, and we will start as displayed, and then click OK. It's going to ask me this, but I'm just going to change the path actually first. So Okay, let's edit the path first. I'm gonna select this spline. I'm gonna select this vertex only. Okay, and then I'm going to take that vertex upwards. Okay, and then I'm going to take this vertex and select this, select that vertex and just drag it up. And let's just try this. Whoa, laptop is dying. Okay, so now let's try the animation path again. Select the path. This is going to be our path. Okay, and select the target and let's make that a point. So I'm going to select the point. I'm going to select it somewhere in the middle. Let's just select that. Click OK. Preview. Now let's see what we have here. Let's change that to reverse. Okay. Preview that. Okay, so we need to change the camera location actually. So the camera basically resolution is too slow. So camera basically we need to change to realistic, and then we need to change the camera location. I'm gonna save that. Now it's gonna start creating a video for me, but I don't want to do that. So you need to change the rotation of the camera. That's about it, guys. So let's select this bloody thing, and then we need to change the size of the camera. Okay, now we need to rotate that as well. So let's go to selection tool, gizmo, and then change that to rotate, and let's just rotate that this side. Okay, now let's try this. What's going on? Now let's try it this time. Now let's go to animation again. Where is it? Realize tab, and let's run it. So let's click on display. So let's select this now. Motion path. Taking too long. Part one done. Now let's preview that. Whoa, I'm gonna change that to 15 seconds. Okay, so now our camera is moving the way we wanted. So let's preview that now. Whoa. With that thing. Okay, let's look at it. Now it's gonna give us a preview. Oh. Okay, so that's very simple animation, guys. This is what you can do. Okay, so done. The last thing what I want to teach you here is, you could fast forward it, by the way. The last thing we're gonna learn in this video is how to apply the materials. I'm just going to get rid of this bloody camera. My laptop is pretty slow, that's why I can't be bothered. So with the best setting for rendering is, if you want to prepare your stuff for the final view, I would recommend at least go for 3300 25 to 550 ppi. Okay, select that, and then here you need to check that whether it's overnight. So overnight quality means takes about 12 hours for one rendering view. So this is the one you want when you rendering that high. If you're on a coffee break, you can render that with let's say 10 minutes coffee break. High would take about, depending on what kind of materials you have. So I will render that. You can watch the final preview on thumbnail, and I will drop a link. You can download this file from description down there. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. I know it's a long video. I didn't really do much because my laptop is pretty bad. All I showed you how to apply materials with the cutouts, and it's a very basic material. Okay, but it's very basic tutorial. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Cheers.